Everyone out there, Sahil Rahi Roycito from the ISB show. We will be doing a video here for predictions for the quarterfinals of the Club World Cup in a second. And we're going to get to all that, some very spicy matchups, which I'm sure we all want to talk about. But we need to start some very, very sad news, everyone, from the world of football, that Diogo Jota was killed in a car accident in Spain. Very, very hard for all football fans out there. Very hard for the Liverpool community. Very hard for the Portuguese community. A player that had just won the Nations League. We all know very well. Roy, I'll start with you because you're wearing a Liverpool jersey in his tribute. We want to start there. Just unbelievably sad news, and just want to acknowledge this.
Yeah, this is an absolutely heartbreaking news to receive as a soccer fan, especially as a fan of Liverpool, and after having him win the title with both Liverpool and Portugal, he is such a wonderful human being that permeates from his being. You could see him on the field, how humble he is, how hardworking he is, how loving to his family he is. So for this to happen today, it's just such a tragedy for the world of football. I don't know what else to say, man. This is just really, this is the cruelness of life that comes through. Life is beautiful, but it's also extremely cruel, and we got to see that today.
It's difficult to comprehend, I think, and it's hard to understand considering we, as you said, Roy, we just saw him win a title with Liverpool. We just saw him on the field with Portugal, lighting up a Nations League. I mean, what an incredible moment it was for Portugal, for him, for that entire team. It's just difficult to understand that you won't see him on the field. You won't be able to enjoy the way he plays, both as a fan of Liverpool, as a fan of Portugal, as a fan of this beautiful game. I mean, I think that's what Cristiano said. I read what he posted, that it's just hard to even begin to understand how tragic and how sudden something like this can happen. And it's hard, man. I mean, it's hard for the game.
Yeah.
And his family, he has 3 kids. He just left a wife that they got married just in the past couple weeks. It's really unbelievable, but rest in peace, my friend Diogo. This is a huge loss, but the world will be playing for him and thinking of him and playing for his memory.
Yeah. And so for everyone out there, it's just important to cherish these moments. And, so we will move on a lighter note, but rest be assured, Diogo Jota will not be forgotten as we move on in the Club World Cup. Now, of course, Liverpool is not one of the teams that is taking place in the Club World Cup, but here are the teams that are left. As you can see, it's some favorites, boys, but some are a little bit not as well known, maybe by the community at large, but by now, everyone has heard the words of Fluminense and Al Hilal. We'll start with that match. We're going to predict that one off the bat, boys. Who do you got? Rahi, we'll start with you.
I'm very happy because the team I said was the class of the first round, was my dark horse for this tournament, continues to impress. That is Al Hilal. Man, what a performance. What a roller coaster ride against Manchester City. But they came through. Koulibaly was the best player on the field. He might be the best player in this tournament so far. Al Hilal has done things that many people did not expect. Yes, they're a talented team. Yes, they have household names. But boy, they just beat a Manchester City team that is a year removed from the treble. This is an incredible performance, an incredible team. I think they're on their way to the final. Look out. This is a tough Fluminense opponent, Roy, but how can you bet against Al Hilal?
It's hard to bet against Al Hilal right now with the way they performed against Manchester City. Nobody in the world expected it. Nobody in the world, aside from Saudi Arabians, knew what to expect from Al Hilal in this tournament. Like, part of me thought they're going to get blown out every game. Another part of me thought, wait a second, Saudi Arabia has been spending billions upon billions for the last few years to build a strong domestic league. Cristiano Ronaldo's been speaking, saying the Saudi league is a top 5 league in the world. We saw Ronaldo's team beat Inter Miami, and Inter Miami's preseason like 6-0. That sends certain messages. And now we get to see them in matches that matter against some of the world's best teams, and they beat Manchester City 4-3. What a fascinating story. This is unbelievable. Saudi Arabian football is on the map. But what do I think about this game? Fluminense is also on the map, my friend. Brazilian soccer has come through in this tournament. They've been absolutely incredible across the board, especially Fluminense, because of the way they play, man. The way they crowd the space. They're the anti-European soccer. They have broken the mold. They have broken this boring style of play where, there's no space here. Let's work it around the entire field backwards. Let's pass it back to our right back, to our center back, to our left back. Let's try this way. Nope. Let's work it around the other way. They don't work that way. And that's what I love about Brazilian soccer, Fluminense in particular. They crowd the space. They keep moving forward, and they lose the ball. They win it right back.
For me,
go ahead.
I think this is the class of Brazil for me is Palmeiras. This is a game. Fluminense has been good, but I don't think they can beat Al Hilal.
Okay. All right. So I need scores from both of you guys. Rahi?
I think 2-0. I think 2-0 to Al Hilal.
Wow, interesting.
Roy, what you got?
I think Al Hilal is going to be a little bit tired after that incredible match. That maybe diffused them a little bit. They're not going to come in at 1,000%, I don't think. So because they're a better team, I still think they're going to get the tie 1-1, and then they're going to win it because they have a better goalkeeper in Bono. They're going to win it in penalty kicks.
Okay.
That's my guess.
All right. I also think Al Hilal will get through. I think it'll be 2-1. All right. Moving on to the other Brazilian team, Palmeiras, now playing Chelsea. And Chelsea fans have been saying, we got the easy side of the bracket. Is it that easy, Rahi? Is it that easy?
No. I've said from the beginning, the Brazilian teams have set this tournament on fire. In particular, Palmeiras is the team. Their success over the recent past has been incredible. They're incredibly well coached. They are a team, I think they are the class of Brazil, and they've looked incredible throughout this tournament. For me, Chelsea has sort of looked okay. They had this very strange game against Benfica where they were cruising, and then, of course, the weather delay for no weather at all. And then they come back, the game gets tied, then they come back and score 3 goals in extra time. A little bit of a strange tournament so far. I thought Chelsea's looked good at times, kind of mediocre at times. This is the toughest match they'll have played so far. I'm picking Palmeiras.
Interesting. No, I don't see that at all. I think Chelsea is far too strong for this Palmeiras team. They're gritty. They work hard. They're interesting, but they are by no means a better team than even an underperforming Chelsea. I think Chelsea gets through pretty easily. I think it's going to be something like 2-0. I just don't see it, guys. I don't see it. Palmeiras has been good, but not good enough to get a victory against a much, much better team across the board than them. So yeah, my guess is 2, maybe even 3-0.
Okay. Rahi, what was your score?
2-1, Palmeiras.
Okay, I'm going with Rosito on this. I think Chelsea gets through in this match. I'm going to say 2-0 as well. Yeah. So let's see. Prove us wrong, Palmeiras. Prove us wrong. So moving on now. All right, so this is a match that could have ended up in the Champions League, basically PSG versus Bayern Munich. And, I think PSG had a little bit of a struggle against Botafogo. Bayern Munich really hasn't. They had a tough match for a while against Boca, but, they figured it out. So I don't know who we got. Who we got in this match?
This is very, very tough because this is a PSG team that is certainly the best team in the world, having done what they've done. They showed what they could do against Inter Miami was that first game. It was very one-sided. For me, now you're looking at a Bayern Munich team that is on the rise. Of course, a fantastic team. It's almost even here, Roy. And the only thing might be that PSG coming off a Champions League victory, maybe it's hard for them to go back-to-back here. Yeah. So I do think Bayern Munich has a bit of an advantage here, having PSG having exerted as much as they have over the summer. I think Bayern Munich might win this game.
Okay. You got Bayern.
Yeah. This one's interesting for me. This is the one match. You know what's funny? Everyone was talking about this tournament saying it's just going to be another Champions League quarterfinal. It's going to be the European giants across the quarterfinals. Not the case. This is pretty much the only match, which is a Champions League quarterfinal match. So one, that's beautiful. That's what makes this tournament beautiful. We see representation from across the world. Two, I think this PSG team has really struggled in this tournament.
Yeah.
They haven't been themselves. They haven't shown that they're the world power they are. Even that second half against Inter Miami, according to many, was the slightly more dangerous team in that second half. First half, a different story. But they've looked weak. They looked vulnerable in this tournament. They lost a match when nobody expected them to in the group stage. So I think Bayern Munich is flying right now. I think they're playing quite well. They're dangerous in the attack. They're a little shaky defensively, but it hasn't shown too much. So I'm going to go with Bayern Munich. I'm going to go 1-0 Bayern Munich. These European games tend to be a little bit on the boring side. That Real Madrid game was a sleeper against Juve. But I think this will be a kind of dull, boring 1-0 win for Bayern Munich.
Okay. Rahi, what was your score?
I think we were probably 2-1 in extra time for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, I got 2-1 in regulation for Bayern Munich. I agree. I think PSG has just danced around and then they got an Inter Miami poor first half. Otherwise, it's been tight beyond that. Okay, finishing it up to Real Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund. This is interesting because this is a Champions League match that would have happened a few years ago, in fact.
Yeah.
And so we had some fascinating encounters between these two teams. Rahi, it's been a little bit of a different look for both of these teams. So what do you got to say about this?
Yeah, but from the beginning, this tournament has felt like it has Real Madrid written all over it. Xabi Alonso, kind of his welcome to the club. It feels like it could be a chance for their redemption after a terrible year for them. I think with the talent they have, yes, they have the draw, of course, against Al Hilal, but they've been typical Real Madrid, right? Fighting their way through, not been overly impressive, but just getting victories.
Yeah.
This feels like a tournament that's set up for them to win. This feels like a game where they'll eke it out, right? Maybe low scoring, maybe 1-0. I just feel their talent is superior, Roy. This is a game that I think Real Madrid will win.
And quite easily. This Dortmund team, I'm not a fan of this Dortmund team at all. I don't like how they play. They seem shaky. They seem weak. Monterrey was the better team for long stretches of that last game. I thought they deserved to come away with the 2-2 and maybe win in overtime. If Sergio Ramos made that header, man, this far off from tying it late in the game, that would have been absolutely beautiful. But I don't like how this Dortmund team is playing. I don't like some of their players, one of them being Gio Reyna. What a mess of a player.
He doesn't play. He's on the bench. But let's talk about this is the battle of the Bellinghams, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be fun to see him both on the field.
Brother v. brother. There's been some talk that maybe the younger Bellingham is younger. Joe is the better one. So let's see.
I don't know about that. I don't know. But I think it should be. Real Madrid doesn't look like a team capable of a blowout right now. They look very, I don't know. They're not figuring it out. They remind me a little bit of Brazil. But they'll probably scrape through with another slower, another more boring, another more frustrating 1-0 win against Dortmund.
I got Real Madrid winning 2-0 for this match. So we shall see, guys. It's going to get very interesting as this tournament reaches the decision part of it. For everyone out there, let us know your thoughts about who you think are going to win these matchups. And let's see. Are we wrong? Are we right? Is it going to be Al Hilal? Is it going to be Fluminense? We don't know, guys. Quick thoughts, and we're moving on.
Roy, order your Al Hilal jersey now because they are on their way. They're on their way to proving to the world that the Saudi Pro League is elite.
We'll see, man. We'll see, but you won't find me wearing that jersey. I'm sorry.
Okay, we shall see. So if everyone out there enjoying these videos, please subscribe to the channel. We will see you all after the quarterfinals. Keep watching the beautiful game.